is Hannah, and welcome back to my channel, or hi, hello if you're new here. If you're new here, hi, hello, and welcome. My name is Hannah. Thank you so much for stopping by and checking out me and my YouTube channel for today's video. I'm really excited because I'm going to be doing a St. Patrick's Day look, so I'm all decked out in my green shirt. So let's go ahead and get right on into this tutorial. I'm really excited I get to use my Makeup Revolution colorbook eyeshadow palette. This is an 05, and this is just their green and blue palette. Now they have 3 different variations of this palette online. They have like an orange and red version of the palette. They have a pink and a purple, and then they have the blue and the green. So it's just a really pretty palette. If you haven't seen it before, I'll quickly show it to you. So at the top, it just has a bunch of shimmers that are in all different shades of greens and blues. So it pretty much has all of your bases covered. And then it has a little plastic divider thing that separates the shimmers and the mattes. And then at the bottom, it just has mattes. So what I'm going to do is take the neon lime green shade, which is just right there. And I'm going to be applying that to the crease. And to apply that to the crease, I'm just going to use this brush right here. I did wash all of my makeup brushes the other day, so all of my eyeshadow brushes are going to be fresh for this tutorial. So I'm really happy about that. I do a really bad job at not washing my eyeshadow brushes, and I'll admit that. But that's just because I have a lot of eyeshadow brushes. Now we're just going to apply this to the crease, just pretty sloppily, not super sloppy, but you know, it doesn't have to be perfect and precise. This is just going to be kind of like our base color, because we're going to be putting another color down in the crease in a minute. And this shade, I can kind of tell, needs to be kind of layered up a little bit, but nothing wrong with that. You definitely can work with these shadows. They're very blendable, and they can be built up. You just kind of like have to work with them in layers. So it's definitely not a bad palette if you are a makeup beginner. I don't know if I would pay full price for this palette because it is $20, and I did get it on sale for $10. So I definitely recommend picking this palette up if it's ever on sale again, but I don't think I would personally pay full price for it, just because I just feel like $20 is a lot for what you actually get from the palette. Like, it's not a bad palette, but it's just not for a drugstore brand. I guess I need to word this better. I just wouldn't pay $20. But that's just personally me and my preference. But you can do whatever you want with your money, because that is the beauty of life. We all get to decide what we want to do with our money and with our life and how we live. So I just personally would recommend maybe getting this on sale. So I'm going to quickly dust off my brush and my little shadow switcher before we go into the other shade. So I'm going to take the shade above that lime green shade that I just used. So I'm going to use that shade right there. And I'm just going to apply that right over the top of that green shade that I just placed. And I'm kind of going to go a little bit lower, so I'll show you how I'm going to be doing this. So I'm just going to kind of go in like that, and just kind of do windshield wiper motions. Nothing drastic, nothing too crazy. I didn't really know what type of eye look I wanted to do for St. Patrick's Day, so I'm just kind of winging it. I'm thinking like a halo eye, because I've been really into halo eyes recently. I know I'm like annoying with this, but it's okay. Halos have just became my new thing, and I'm just gonna embrace it. And you know, we all go through phases, and I guess if my phase is being obsessed with halo eyes, then so be it. Going into that green shade right there, this is so frustrating that these shades aren't named, because I kind of have to point, be like, that shade there, that shade there. But I'm going to take that onto the e.l.f. eye contour brush, and I'm going to start mapping out where I want the halo. Now, this isn't going to be our full color for the inner and the outer part. This is just going to be like our base. So what I'm going to do is just go in with the e.l.f. eye contour brush, and I'm just going to kind of slightly close my eyes and just stamp that product or that eyeshadow right there over the top, like right here. And I always like to go in with the very, very top of the brush when I stamp this on. I just find that it just kind of makes the shape a little bit better, and it just kind of flows a little bit easier with the eye shape, and it just really puts that product right where you want it. So that is something that I do recommend, and I like the e.l.f. eye contour brush for doing halo eyes because it just kind of fits the bill and it does what you want it to do. So yeah, I really like this brush. I need to probably stock up on this brush because I use this brush like all the time, and when it gets dirty, it's like kind of like a tragedy for me because I'm like, oh no, it's dirty, I have to use something else now. But you know, it is what it is. I just really like this brush. So I do have a very exciting new video coming for y'all really soon. Not no time soon, but I'm just going to give you a heads up. I'm going to be ranking all of the Disney live action or remake movies. I started it last night watching the first movie on the list because there's like a lot that I'm going to have to watch. I just got a Disney Plus subscription, so I kind of thought that this would kind of like tie in with like my subscription and everything. And I'm hoping that everyone doesn't get too mad at me about where I'm going to be ranking these movies, like some of them, because yeah, they should have just left some of these alone. As an animation movie, I just realized like this looks a little bit smaller, but it's fine. When we lay down the next color, it'll look even. But they really should have just left some of the movies like to their original animated format, because the one that I watched last night was truly a hot mess, and they really, like, yeah, I don't want to get into it just yet. So, I'm going to take the emerald green shade right there, and this is going to be our actual halo eye color. The reason I laid down that first color is because I don't want this color to be super dark and harsh. So again, I'm just going to go with the same little stamping motion and just kind of stamp that out. Now don't worry, we're going to blend out in just a little bit the harsh edges and everything, so don't worry about that. If you're following along with this at home and you're thinking, oh, I see the harsh edges, don't worry, we're going to blend. We're going to blend, it's all going to be fine. But, yeah, so I do have that coming. I'm really excited about it. I got the idea from another YouTuber. Her name is Cat Loves Disney or something like that. She did a video where she ranked all of the Barbie movies, and I kind of thought that was interesting. And then she did one where she ranked all the Bratz movies, and I actually did not remember a whole lot of those movies that she ranked, which was a little odd. But then again, those movies did start coming out when I kind of started getting out of playing with dolls, so I guess this probably makes sense why I didn't remember some of them. But still, I was a little shocked that watching her video that none of them really, like 2 or 3 of them triggered like really deep nostalgia, and then the other ones I was just like, I don't remember these. But anyway, so I'm just going to brush off the excess product. I'm going to take my fluffy blending brush and blend out those harsh edges. I'm really curious about these shimmer shades, so I'm going to take that shimmer shade right there and apply that to the center of the lid where we do not already have a shadow with this flat shader brush from Amazon. To be completely honest with y'all, that shimmer shade did not give me what I wanted like at all, so I think I'm going to go a different route with the shimmer shade, because I don't know, that one is just, it disappeared like on my eye when I was blending it out. So I don't know, I'm not feeling it. So we're gonna go into the Pigment palette, Slay Essentials palette. I about called this the Modern Royalty palette, but this is the Slay Essentials palette, and I'm pretty sure that we none right now, like anything that is royal, if you get what I'm saying. So I'm gonna take the shade Mimosa, which is just a really pretty glitter sunny yellow color. I'd actually tried a Mimosa before and I wasn't that impressed. I'm gonna go in with my same flat shader brush, and it's still damp from the setting spray, so I'm just gonna pop this onto the lid and see how that looks. Oh yeah, that looks much better. That's more what I wanted. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's really pretty. So, yeah, I've tried a mimosa before. I didn't really enjoy it. It had pineapple juice in it and a bunch of other stuff in it that, like, the person that made it, like, put in it, and I just was like, I'm not so sure about that. I was at my cousin's wedding, and it was fun, but I didn't really care for the mimosa at all. It just wasn't my cup of tea. I also really don't like orange juice, and I think that was one of the things that kind of turned me off to trying it. Now I'm going to be curling my eyelashes with my e.l.f. eyelash curler. I actually really like this curler. My old one, I actually did not throw it away. This is kind of funny. If y'all are curious about what I did with it, I actually put it in my memory box because it's been with me since I was a teenager, first wearing makeup, and it's been in so many videos and so many tutorials, and I know that sounds really dumb to be emotionally attached to an eyelash curler, but I don't know, I just couldn't throw it away. I just couldn't bear with the thought of it being in a landfill somewhere, so I was like, you know what? It's gonna be fine. I'm just gonna put it in my memory box. So that's what I did, and you know, I always have like a little memory, I guess you could say, like a first makeup memory. I also have my very first Sephora bag that I got when I made my very first Sephora purchase in my memory box as well. I keep like really weird things in my memory box. But anyway, I'm going to go into the Essence. This is the Lash Princess Mascara. I just ordered me a fresh one, so I am really happy about that. Living my best life with my Essence Lash Princess Mascara. This is my fave mascara because it gives you such voluminized lashes. And it just takes your lashes from like 0 to 100 real quick. So we love that. We totally stand a mascara that is totally good at just taking our lashes from 0 to 100 because that's something that we all need in life. I feel like we all need a good mascara that's going to hold up and work well for us. I want to know what your favorite one is down below in the comments because mine's definitely the Lash Princess mascara. For a hot minute there, it used to be the L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara, and I have to say I like that mascara, but I like this mascara a whole lot better. Now I'm going to be going into the Profusion. These are their natural wispies lashes. These are in the style Oh Darling. Just thought they were perfect and wispy for this look. I didn't want anything too bold or too dramatic, and I've been really liking these Profusion lashes. I think they did a really good job on them. So to apply them, I'm just going to be using my metal eyelash applicator, and then I'm going to be going into my Strip Kiss Lash Adhesive Glue. This is just the brush tip. I like the brush tip because it's a little bit easier to control the glue and to control the product where you want it rather than like a squeezy tube where you have to squeeze it and it always just gets everywhere. I like this because you don't waste any glue and all you have to do is just brush it off. Also, if you're new here and you have not been watching any of my makeup tutorials before, I always do my eyeshadow first and I always do my foundation after that. So I'm going to go in with my NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation. I already primed my face with the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I actually went over to my vanity and primed my face. And then I just kind of like let the primer sink into my skin while I was gathering up all of the other stuff for the tutorial. So I'm going to go in with this product and I'm going to be using my e.l.f. complexion sponge to blend it out. into my L'Oreal Infallible Concealer. This is in the shade Eggshell. This is one of my favorite drugstore concealers. Has a really nice full coverage to it. It's very long wearing. It does crease. But the thing about makeup and the thing that I'm slowly learning is that creasing is normal because you naturally have creases in your eye. And there's really nothing that you can fully do to like prevent that fully. So it's just kind of something that you're going to have to deal with. So what I do is I just take a little bit of the concealer and I just go up underneath my eye. I do little, I guess, dots, if you will. Like, I do one here, I do one here. And then I'll do the same thing on the other side. And the inner part just kind of brightens. And then I use the outer one to further shape out my foundation, or my eyeshadow shape, not my foundation shape. That was kind of dumb for me to say. I flip it onto the other side and I do a dot on my forehead and a little bit on my chin just to brighten it. I need to get a little bit more product. I am currently running low and I need to order me a new one. I need to do that tonight. So I'm just going to put a little bit right here, and this is just going to brighten up everything. I didn't used to do this, but now I just really like it, and I don't feel complete, I guess you could say, with my makeup routine if I don't do a little bit of brightening with concealer. I just feel like it just looks a lot better when you do take the time to do this. So I'm just going to blend out. First, we'll go on with the bottom side of my beauty sponge from e.l.f. And I actually really like this sponge. It is a very soft, squishy sponge. I'm really curious about the new avocado sponge, but I currently have like a drawer full of sponges over here from Christmas because everybody in the grandmama gave me a Real Technique sponge, which I am so happy about because I needed like a good backup drawer. But maybe I will buy one. Who knows? Because, you know, you can never really have too many sponges as a backup, and I'm always really bad about replacing my sponges. This one just got washed the other day and it's already dirty again, so that's just how life goes, I guess you could say. So I'm going to take this little end. The Hard Candy Translucent Sheer Envy Loose Powder. I am just using the basic translucent powder, if I didn't say that already, so it doesn't have any color to it whatsoever. I'm just going to dump a little bit of this into the cap, or a whole lot of it, and then I'm going to take the e.l.f. This is their highlighting brush. This is way too big to be a highlight brush on my face, like way too big. Plus, I think just in general is way too big to be a highlight brush, period, because this is the Cheek highlight brush that I use every single day. She's all fresh and clean, that I use every day for my highlight. And as you can tell, there is a massive difference in thickness, and there is a massive difference in size. This one is definitely a bit more skinnier, and it's a bit more shorter, and it's just a little bit more precise and a little bit easier to use because of the size, and it applies the product right where you want it. It doesn't apply product like just like a full-on big old splotch. This actually just applies it right where you want it. So yeah, but I like this brush, the highlight brush, for setting your under eye with. I tried this the other day just out of curiosity. I was like, okay, is this gonna work? And it actually does, so I'm really happy about that. So I'm just going to be applying the powder underneath my eye. It is really important to still set your under eye powder or your under eye concealer with powder, just so that way it doesn't crack throughout the day, because cracking concealer is no fun. That's not fun to deal with, so that's why I do think you should still set your under eye in place, especially if you live in a climate like me where it's all damp and wet and you have to deal with a whole bunch of rain and just crazy stuff like that, which we haven't really had much rain lately, but spring is here, spring is near, so I know we probably will be dealing with some showers soon, because we always have like afternoon showers in the summer and in the springtime. Just going to take a little bit of that product and set the center of my forehead and on my chin, and I'm going to go down the tip of my nose so that way I don't get oily. So, looking at my desk, I just realized that I did not get my eyeliner, so let me go get that really quickly, and then we're going to go into the lower lash line area. Now I have my eyeliner that I wanted to use, so this is just my LA Colors white eyeliner pencil. This is my fave, and you already know I'm going to be popping this into my waterline just to kind of make my eyes just appear a bit more bigger. I just like to use this eyeliner. It's one of my faves. So I'm just going to quickly glide this into the waterline, just kind of like as a finishing touch. It would be really cool if I had like a gold eyeliner or something to put in the waterline. I really wish I did, but I don't. I need to stock up on some better colored eyeliners. I really like the LA Girl eyeliners a lot better than I do the LA Colors. But maybe I'll get around to ordering a few more of those and test them out some more. I have a blue one that's in the shade Mermaid Blue that I absolutely love. It is so pretty. I think I might have accidentally knocked my lash loose. There. I don't think I did. Okay. I thought I accidentally knocked my eyelash loose over here, but I didn't. I was kind of panicking there for a minute. I was like, oh no. Did I really do that? But I didn't. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Alright, now let me dig through these products and get to the palette that I need to finish up the lower lash line area. So what I'm going to be doing is taking the Makeup Revolution. This is just the colorbook palette again. What I'm going to do with this palette is I'm going to take the shade that we used earlier, that emerald green shade right there. I'm going to take that onto this little angled brush right here, and I'm just going to pop that onto the lower lash line just to kind of finish everything out and tie the whole look together, and to tie the bottom with the upper. And I'm just using this little angled liner brush. I find that this works best for applying shadow to the lower lash line, so that's why I like to use this. But you can use whatever brush you have at home. Oh, that was the wrong green. I got into the wrong green. But you can use whatever brush you have at home that you like to use. You don't have to specifically follow along with me. You can do this and accommodate your needs. You don't have to be strict by the book with this. You can do whatever and however you want to do with your makeup. That is the beautiful thing about makeup, is that we all obviously love it because we're all here, you know, just enjoying this and having time together when we spend time and do makeup. But the beautiful thing is that we can all do it however we please. You don't have to do it the exact way that I am showing you. I'm just here to kind of show you how to do a look and to give you some tips along the way. But if you don't want to follow along with them, that's perfectly fine. That doesn't hurt my feelings because you're free to do whatever you want to do. So now I'm going to go into my Essence. This is the Lash Princess Mascara. It has powder all over it. But oh, wait, no. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm going to highlight my inner corner. And I got a highlighter out specifically for this look to highlight my inner corner. So I'm going to go into the Pure. This is the Bronze and Brighten palette. This is in the shade Dreamer, and I'm going to go into the highlighter in the shade Afterglow. Afterglow, I used to wear this all the time, but now I realize it is way too dark on me because you can see like a strip of darkness whenever I turn my cheek, but it is absolutely beautiful as an inner corner highlighter. So I'm going to take this little lip brush right here. I'm just going to pop that onto my inner corner just to kind of add a little bit more brightness and just make this eye look pop a little bit more. I thought it would fit perfectly since this is a kind of green St. Patrick's Day look. And you know, you typically see like the green and the gold together for St. Patrick's Day. Oh my goodness, that is just absolutely beautiful. And we're going to use the blush in this palette in just a minute because I really want to use it today. I haven't used it in a really long time, and I hope that it looks okay with this eye look. Maybe it will. I don't know. Maybe it'll be a little bit too much, but if it looks like it'll be a little bit too much, there'll be nothing that I can do about it. So that is just absolutely gorgeous. Okay, I love, love, love this highlight. It is really pretty. If you have a more medium, maybe olive skin tone, I feel like that would look really, really pretty on you. But definitely for me, someone that's really pale, the highlight is just a little bit too dark. So now that we have the highlight on, now I can move on and do the Essence Lash Princess Mascara on my bottom lashes. I'm going to the Ulta bronzer in the shade Warm. This is just from the cheek palette because what I was leading up to is that back then all I had was this little cheek palette that came from a Ulta makeup kit one year from Christmas. And after I used that up, I fell in love with bronzer and blushes and highlighters, and now I have a ton of them. But someone just gifted me this the other day because they were cleaning out their makeup collection and they didn't want this. So this was a major, major throwback. So I'm just going to use the shade Warm. And it kind of makes me teary-eyed to think that, like, I used to have this and I used, like, every single shade in my palette because this was all I had. So I'm going to go into the Essence bronzer brush. I actually really like this brush for a bronzer. Essence did a really good job at making this bronzer brush. I have been looking for a really good one because I go back and forth between this one and just using like a traditional powder brush, but I like this one a little bit more because I like the shape of it. I like how it's very fluffy at the top and then it's very thin right here through the bottom, and when you turn it like this, it just hugs your cheek and it just applies your bronzer right where you want it. So I'm all about that. And I'm also doing my bronzer a little bit different on top of my forehead, and I'm going to show you. So I don't take my bronzer all the way in anymore. What I do is just kind of tap it up here and then just kind of connect it to this part down here. I don't go all the way in anymore because I just felt like going all the way in that it's just too much product and it just looks really bad. So I like to kind of do it like this. I don't really know what shape I'm making here, but this is just how I like to do my bronzer for my shape face, or my face shape. Yeah. I got confused with what I was trying to say there. But this is just how I like to do it, but you can do your bronzer however you see fit at home with your face shape. I do have a couple of videos here on my YouTube channel where I talk about blushing and bronzing and all that. And I do plan on doing an updated routine for y'all and just showing y'all like my new methods. But I also can just show you in my regular tutorials. But if you want like a more in-depth video about bronzing and blushing and all that, I definitely can do that video for you. But I do also feel like too, like you get kind of like the same thing in my tutorials, so, but I don't know. I mean, it is another video that I can make and do, and it keeps me busy, but I don't really want to do something that y'all feel like is pointless and something that's just not going to interest you and something that you're just not going to want to watch. I'm trying to create content here that my viewers want to generally see and want to watch, so I do take your feedback very, very seriously. So if there's ever anything that you want to see from me, let me know, because I have a list on my phone and I write out my list every single night. I'm going to go back into this Pure Cosmetics palette. This is the Bronze and Brighten palette. This is in the shade Creamer. Again, I'm taking the blush shade in the shade of Blushing Glow. That's like a really pretty name for a blush. It's just a really pretty peachy blush. I didn't even know that I had a peach blush. I forgot that this was actually peach. For whatever reasoning, I always think that this blush in this palette is like a mauve color, so I never reach for it, and I keep forgetting every time that I want a peach blush that I have a peach blush in this palette, because I always think, for whatever reasoning, that this blush in here is a mauve color, but I get it confused with my other palette that I own from Pure that also has a blush in it that does have a mauve shade, so I need to keep remembering that this one has my peach blush in it. But I'm just going to apply it with this little angled brush that I got off of eBay. It's a very, very dense brush, and it applies the product like precisely. And what I'm going to do is I go a little bit higher now with my blush, so I kind of go back here and I just kind of sweep upwards. I don't really focus it like right here anymore, just because when you smile, it just looks a little weird. And realistically, no one goes around 24/7 like smiling, so it looks a little bit weird when your face is relaxed. So I like my blush in this corner or this area, but you can do your blush however you see fit. I mean, if you're watching this video at home and you don't like the way that I do my blush or whatever, totally give me your feedback. Again, I don't care. I like feedback. I want to do content that is entertaining, fun to watch, something that, you know, you get enjoyment and education out of. So that's kind of why I'm here doing this. So I'm going to do the other side. And I always do like a stamping motion whenever I do my blush. I don't know why. I just feel like that helps blend out the product a little bit better. And this is the Sophie X Highlight Palette. If you're not familiar with Sophie does live here on YouTube, she used to do makeup with Makeup Revolution. Like, she used to create products with Makeup Revolution back in the day, which was really cool. And this is one of the products that she made with them. So I'm going to take the highlighter. It's just in that white shade right there. I'm going to take that onto this cheek highlight brush and just apply this to the top of my cheekbones, just to kind of give me a little bit of a highlight effect, because we love a good highlight here on this channel. I stand a good highlighter. I love highlighters. My Jaclyn Hill highlighter came in the mail today, and I'm so excited about that, so I need to get around to filming a review on it and testing it out. But today I'm just using my Makeup Revolution one. I was debating whether or not I wanted to use it in this video, but I really just want to do like a separate video on my Jaclyn Hill highlighter because I'm just so excited about that. She is one of the main reasons why I started my YouTube channel. She really inspired me. Her Nikki tutorials and Wayne Goss. I actually really like Wayne Goss. I know a lot of people don't talk about him, but I feel like he's really underrated. And I also really like Robert Welsh. But Robert Welsh was not around back in the day when I was watching YouTube in my early days. I also liked Bethany Moda back in the day. I had a couple of her clothing pieces that she did with Aeropostale or Aeropostale, or I don't know the correct pronunciation of that store. I know that ours closed in the mall, and a lot of people were like really sad about that, but I low-key didn't care because I had the Bethany Moda clothing, but I also feel like it was really overpriced for like what you actually got. So it really wasn't that heartbreaking for me, but it was very heartbreaking for my brother because that was the only pair of jeans that he would wear. Last but certainly not least is lips, and then we'll be done, which is really sad because I always hate when my makeup tutorials end. But this is just my Huda Beauty liquid lipstick in the shade Crush. It's just a cool toned nude. I didn't really know what lip I wanted to go for. Also, too, this would be a really pretty look with a face mask on, because your eyes are like fully bold and just such a bold statement. So if you're going to be working during St. Patrick's Day, or I don't know what really people are doing for St. Patrick's Day this year. Every state is different. I know my state is allowing the festivities to go on, but I know some states aren't, so I don't know. So anyway, you totally could wear this with a face mask if you're gonna be doing something, I guess, or whatever. I don't know. I know what I'm trying to say, but I just don't know like where you could like wear this to. So I guess you would want to skip the lip if you're gonna be wearing a face mask. But I'm gonna do a lip because I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be sitting here, and I'm sitting here, and I, want to show you a complete look. So I'm going to go with my matte liquid lipstick from Huda Beauty in the shade Crush. Alrighty, y'all, so that is the completed St. Patrick's Neon Halo Eye look. I really hope that you all did enjoy this video. I had a lot of fun creating this eye look. I think it turned out really pretty. This might be my favorite St. Patrick's Day eyeshadow look that I have ever done here on my channel. And that's saying a lot because I've done a good few many. And this one's definitely my favorite. I like it. I like it a lot. I think it's really pretty. I like the nude lip with it. I like the highlight in the inner corner. I love everything about this look. I think it's really, really pretty. So if you did enjoy this video, then do 2 things for me before you leave. Number 1, give me a big thumbs up down below. It helps me keep this video into the algorithm, keep my AdSense, keep my channel afloat. Also, you can give me a subscribe while you're down there as well, because I am here with you for new videos every Thursday, Saturdays, Mondays, and Tuesdays. I would like to make a quick disclaimer though, and a quick announcement that I will be getting my COVID vaccine. Well, technically I got it yesterday when y'all are watching this, because y'all are going to be watching this on Thursday. So I am getting that on Wednesday, so I don't know how I'm going to be feeling, and if I'm going to be feeling like filming a video for Saturday. I feel like I probably will be. I do okay with vaccinations. I do fine with getting my flu shot. I do fine. Sometimes I have to get like little booster shot things, whatever. So I do fine most of the time. But I just don't know. I don't know if I'm going to run a fever or if I'm going to have any like minor little, like symptoms or whatever. I feel like I'm not going to. But in case I do, I probably won't feel like filming. I'm also in the middle of watching all of these live-action remake Disney movies, which has actually been really fun. I've actually been really enjoying that, low-key, not gonna lie. I've been triggering some nostalgia. But, yeah, either way, though, I mean, you'll get a video on Monday. I just don't know about Saturday yet. So, I'm not gonna say see you on Saturday. What I'm gonna do is just say I'll see you when I see you. And you can also give me a follow over my social media handles as well to keep up with me and keep tabs on me. I am really excited to test out some new makeup products for y'all. I need to get with that. I finally received all of the rest of my packages today as well, so we're good there. I'm not going to be doing a foundation review this month, but instead we're going to be testing out a whole bunch of other new makeup products instead in one big video, so you're definitely going to want to stick around for that. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching this video. I greatly appreciate it, and I will see you all when I see you. Bye, my little unicorns.